Our football team, a lot of good things, still a lot of things we can clean up. I'm still not sure we played our best game. We find a way to just do some crazy things at times. That's kind of who this 22 team has been, but a lot of great plays. I thought the defense played outstanding. I mean, they were all over the place. Besides that one last big pass thrown to a gateway guy, I believe. It was a heck of a game. Had some great plays in the game. Obviously, we're without our tailback Izzy. Expect him back ready to roll next week. I loved how Sebo ran. Obviously, Rodney was good, and we were able to do it with another guy out. So, questions?
After giving up 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter of the last 2 games, what did you see out of your defense today in that fourth quarter? They knew they had to be the unit, probably had to close this game out.
Just the coverage was really good. That one long pass wasn't very good, but the coverage was great. I mean, I saw more linebacker PBUs. We didn't do that. We lost our focus a week ago, just with the quarterback scrambling. Our D-line did a great job putting pressure on the quarterback. Cansey played 4 quarters, and they struggled to block him even when he played defensive end out there in the one package. They got after the quarterback. And that was the difference. Is again, obviously it's a different team. It's a top 20 win, I'll tell you that. But I don't know if it's the caliber of North Carolina, so you can grade that the way you want to grade it. It wasn't North Carolina, it was Syracuse, and again, a really good football team. So,
how close was Izzy to playing today?
You know what? He didn't practice this week. I thought Tuesday, taking a day off on Tuesday, he was sore, and I figured Izzy he heals really well, really quick. Usually we got a yellow jersey on Tuesday just to take it easy. Wednesday he didn't go, and he said he wasn't feeling any better, so I felt like on Wednesday that he wasn't going to go, and then if you don't practice on Thursday, it's hard to put the man out on the field that's not physically ready to go. I'm not going to do that. So it was I think he probably could have gone if we wanted to, but he's smiling and he's happy in the locker room, and we got a win without him, and he'll be really. The thing I said to him is he's going to be really healthy for this week, so he's not going to be sore on Tuesday.
And I know the offense didn't drive down the field and score in the fourth quarter there, but compared to what it did in the last 2 fourth quarters, just getting to see them, put together a decent drive and kill some clock and really ice the game, how nice is that for you and your staff?
It was good. Again, that's a good defense now. I mean, that's a really good defense that we played today. Top 20, I believe, in most categories. So it's a good football team. So we moved the ball a lot better in the first half. I'm not sure why in the second half, but they had a lot of guys in the box. As you guys can see, they were down there, and they're a good football team.
How them taking a big risk in the first quarter? How do you keep them playing?
Besides that big risk, and I think it was, he got hit as he threw it. I think he was throwing it away, is what he told me. He didn't get far enough out of the end zone. But I thought he played solid. I mean, we'll go back and look at the tape. I think it was good. He played good enough to win the football game.
Coach, did you consider a quarterback change after the early slow interception?
No, not even close. No.
Jared Wayne, back-to-back 100-yard weeks, most catches and yards in his career, back-to-back weeks. Is that anything you guys are doing to make it that he gets that production, or is that just the game?
Well, we know he's a guy who can line. Kanate had a nice game as well. I don't think we were able to get the ball to Bub today, but that's just how it rolls. But Kanate had a nice bubble out there where he had some great blocking and took it down the sideline. I thought he was going to score. He's pretty fast. Jared Wayne's a football player, as we know, and he's been our go-to guy. He's our deep ball guy, and he's a playmaker. I know Keaton can trust him, and I know the offense staff trusts him.
Pat, you talked last Saturday about how when Kalijah got ejected, the rest of the defensive line didn't get enough pressure on Drake May. What did you see from the rest of the defensive line tonight, aside from Cansey, who obviously also had a good
I think they played angry. Coach Partridge did a great job just getting them ready to go today, and got after them, this week in practice, and just they showed up today. They played a little angry today, and performance a week ago was not who we are, and again, give them credit again. We're going back 7 days, but they were ready to go today.
How do you explain
And they max protected all day too now. I mean, they put 47 and 81, those tight ends, they just max protect all day. They were blocking with 6, and we were rushing 4 to get most of those sacks. It wasn't like there was a bunch of blitz sacks. We almost had a blitz sack when, on that last scramble by the quarterback for a first down, when Kalijah had the sack, he had him wrapped up, and he just got tackled from behind. I've never seen anything like that before, but he got tackled from behind. Wow. ESPN. Is it good?
How do you explain that?
Jerry, did Hammond get enough carries for it today? I told you he was going to get some carries.
I think he had
I
enough.
told you he was going to get carries. I kind of knew.
Why didn't you point to the
You
box?
didn't point up to the box and score.
I did. You didn't see it.
No,
No,
we were watching. We were watching.
I forgot.
I have a question about another running back. Sebo. How do you explain him all of a sudden, coming off?
It's
the
not all of a
bench?
sudden. I mean, you got Izzy, you got Rodney who was out, and Sebo's a good football player. He got some juice to him. And I just love, he plays in games like he practices, and again, you got deep position there. He's got another year. I hope he comes back, because I think that guy could be really, really good. I mean, he started off slow in camp, but Sebo is a football player. He's tough. He's physical. He's just got some juice to him. That drive was all him. Obviously, besides that, that's the third quarter drive. He did a heck of a job.
Pat, to talk more about Rodney, I mean, what's it say about a guy who has this great game to start the season, then watches his teammate kind of become one of the best running backs in the country as he's on the sideline with an injury? He comes back, he can't really get into a rhythm, but then when he's called upon tonight, to run the ball 28 times and really carry the offense, he's out there and he executes. What's it say about him?
It's another good football player. You'd like to have another guy to hand it to. Your tailback's not going to stay healthy all year. Just like some other positions aren't done. You better have good backups. And again, we see Rodney as a starter. Period. Him and Izzy. If he didn't get hurt, he'd have had a heck of a lot more carries than he's had so far to this point. But like I said to him before the game, like, this is what you've been waiting for. He's been wanting more carries. It's hard to take Izzy off the field, with what he's done this year. But 125 yards rushing, 28 carries, and he was a load in there. Like,
Pat, Desmond goes for 2.5 TFLs and 2.5 sacks. Is this the best you've ever seen him play?
I don't know if it's the best I've ever seen him play. It's maybe the best he's played this year. We'll look at the tape again to make that decision. But Desmond's great. I mean, we played some athletic quarterbacks this year, guys. You go down the list of who we've played. I mean, those guys have avoided some sacks, and you give the quarterback some credit through the years. Desmond's played well. I don't think it's the best he's played. He's a good football player.
How will you piggyback off that question? The way the defense performed tonight, half of the stats, is this one of the best defensive performances in terms of just physically dominating the interior that you remember from a Pitt team?
You know what? No, I mean, we've had some dominating performances since I've been here. It's been, 8 seasons in. That was a good performance. I've seen better, I think. I mean, I don't know what the yardage was. I don't know what, the best yardage since I've been here. But it was a good performance. It was, I'm writing down every series. There was a lot of, I wrote 3 and out a lot. That first drive, they went down the field with penalties. I mean, if we had a face mask, we had a PI that I thought was whatever. We kind of gave them some yardage and penalties on the first drive just to get their field goal. But the whole, holding the 3 field goals, that's a good defense.
Pat, this is the second year in a row that you guys have faced Sean Tucker from Syracuse when he's been averaging over 90 yards per game. He's been dominating the rest of college football, and he comes here and you guys hold him to less than 20 yards rushing. What is that? What did you guys have to do? What did you see from your guys take on the challenge of facing an athlete like that?
Again, it's called execution. We talk to our guys about, not playing 4 quarters, playing, one play at a time, and playing, every minute to win it, And our guys, we didn't focus too much on just the 4th quarter, what we got to do in the 4th quarter to win. It was just like one play at a time and move on to the next and go. And that's what our guys did today. We had that crappy punt in the 4th quarter, and it's like, are you kidding me? And our defense went out there, went 3 and out, they went to kick a field goal, missed it too. And again, got a couple TFLs or whatever on that series. It's just, that's dominating defense. That's what we expect every weekend. You got to pay attention to details.
Pat, speaking of punters, I think you guys used 3 different ones. Was there a certain scenario? It seems like you maybe like Vanderhaar when you're trying to pin deep there and Junko to just boot it further downfield.
I mean, obviously Cam had the ugly one. It was a little bit of a high snap by Byron, but he got it down. There was no pressure. He got to punt the ball. It was that was ugly. And Junko came in and did a great job. But Sam was he's been our sky punt guy that again he was really 1 for 1. The other one was not very good. We had a penalty on that play again. That punt returner did a great job, and it looked like he was catching it. And Carter Johnson hit him, and I was kind of like, what are you doing? But it was I looked at the replay. It was a great fake. I think he thought he had the ball, and he was doing what PJ O'Brien did at the end there. But I guess we can't fall for the fakes. But he was just trying to make a play. But Vanderhaar's been our sky punt guy. He's been excellent at it all year. We were gonna, the last 2 weeks we've evaluated Cam Guest just on how his sky punts were. We do a big sky punt period on Fridays, and we just said we're gonna go with, that's what he's good at right now.
Yeah,
And dropped 1 at the 1, which is good. No problem.
Yeah, Coach, in addition to, of course, we know Rodney Hammond here, but what about his backup, Sebo Flemister, and his 43 yards and a touchdown, his addition?
Yeah, I mean, that one drive Sebo had was, I was so happy for him, it's not easy sitting there watching Izzy, watching Rodney. He had his opportunity to go out there and show, hey, I deserve, package, I deserve, some more carries, and again, it's hard to, dish them all out. Somehow we gotta get 3 tailbacks on the field at one time, I guess, but he's tough, he's physical, and I love how he practices every day. He played the way he practices every single day.
Pat, a lot of the guys in that locker room have won a lot of games with you, but were they a little bit more excited than normal after this win, considering the rough month of October you guys just went through?
Not really. I mean, it was, you know, it was the same as normal, you know. You're upset when you lose and you're happy when you win. You know, I didn't see any more excitement in there. Same, you're moving on to the next.
Couple final before we get to our player representatives. Anyone else?
Pat, what was the thought process behind that trick play where Jerry threw that interception?
Oh boy, you know, should have thrown it away. They were in zone coverage. I won't get into details, but it was, he's got a great arm too. If he throws it long and outside, maybe we got a shot, but yeah, we got in the red zone twice and didn't come away with points. So we moved the football, but it was not good. I'll just put it on me, blame me.
Back in hit a 6-sack performance where you guys allowed just 25 yards rushing. Can that be the spark that your defense needs to get back into playing the style of aggressive football that wins you guys football games down their stretch?
I hope so. I mean, I hope it gives them a little bit of confidence and they get their swag back, I guess, as far as getting to the quarterback, you hope. But, you know, next week's another game against Virginia team that almost knocked off North Carolina today. I think they got awful close at the end. I don't know what the final score was, but, you know, we got another battle. We got to go on the road, noon game. We got an hour drive. We're already thinking about the next, you know, I think we're staying in Richmond. We got an hour drive to the stadium because there's no hotels in Charlottesville. But just working on the next.
Okay, Coach, did you have one?
Yeah, Pat, one more if you don't mind. Ben Sauls, he only called up in once today, he made a 43-yarder, but he's perfect on PATs. He hasn't had that many pressure situations, but just what is there to say in terms of his consistency, given he hasn't had that many opportunities so far to kick field goals?
Yeah, I mean, you know, whether we ask you to kick one or kick two or three, we expect you to make them all, and he's been 100% here in the last, you know, few weeks, and he's done a great job. That's, you know, what we saw all camp. He was a guy that came in as a scholarship player and got beat out by, you know, Sam Scarton, the walk-on, and then he came back, and it's like he told me the other day, he goes, I needed last year to be who I am this year. And again, sometimes you gotta get knocked down a little bit, and you know, nobody's entitled to be a star just because you're a scholarship player. Sam did a great job for us this year, or last year, and he's done a great job for us this year.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.